Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because we are going to be discussing some new product launches. In the beauty industry lately, I feel like there has been not a ton of launches, so I haven't been doing these videos very frequently at all. I mean, I also haven't really been filming at all, but there have been a lot fewer launches this year. I think the beauty industry as a whole is just slowing down, but there are still some new launches that I wanted to discuss, so I went on Trend Mood's page and I thought we could talk about them today. So the first one that kind of inspired me to do this video in the first place is this new Too Faced palette. This is the Italian Spritz Lake Como cocktail inspired palette. Is that its full name? That's very long. I don't know what its full name is, but it's like a spritz inspired palette, and oh my gosh, this brought me back to the old school Too Faced palettes, and it like brought back the feelings that I would feel when these Too Faced palettes used to launch. I would just get so excited, and this got me really excited, which I have not been able to say about a Too Faced launch in a really long time. So I think I'm definitely gonna pick this up actually. My eyeshadow palettes are all really dated. I haven't really dabbled in eyeshadow in a long time. I just couldn't justify purchasing eyeshadow for quite a while there, and then I went through my eyeshadow palette drawer. I think I might do a declutter video soon-ish, just because I was going through my eyeshadow palette drawer and everything is just so dated and a lot of the palettes aren't even sold anymore. So I feel like my eyeshadow drawer needs a little bit of a revamp, and this is definitely going on my list. I'm so excited about it. I know it's supposed to smell like something as well. I just don't know what. It's probably just some like generic fruity scent, but honestly I'm about it. And the color story is really pretty. It has some neutrals, but it still has quite a bit of color, and I just think it's so beautiful. I'm really excited for that, and I will definitely be picking it up, I think. Next up, this kind of intrigued me, and usually Disney collabs don't get me, so this is kind of interesting. I don't usually feel this way about Disney collabs, but here we are. It says it's available in Europe. I don't know if these are coming to North America, so if they don't, obviously I won't be getting them. This is the Disney and Catrice collab. I really like Catrice for the most part. So, oh, this is also, they're doing it with Essence as well. I remember they did something like this earlier. I'm wondering if this is a collection that they've already launched and it's just releasing in Europe now. I haven't personally seen it here in Canada though, so I'm just gonna briefly discuss what I'd be interested in. I really like the two blushes, the Simba and the Nala blush. Those are super cute. And then the like 4-pan cheek palettes look really pretty as well. I'm not really into the eyeshadows that are launched with this collab, but I really like the Jungle Book face palettes. They're super cute. And specifically that Nala Essence blush looks really nice and up my alley. I really like mauve undertones for my blush. I'm not as into warm tones, and I think this is like a really pretty like muted mauve that would be awesome for every day. However, that being said, I don't know if this is like an older collection or if it's something new. So now I'm kind of like second guessing myself. But if I do see it in Shoppers Drug Mart or something, I would definitely pick a couple things up because I don't know. I really like it. The only thing with the face palette is I don't know if it would be light enough for me. It does look pretty dark, but I'd have to see it in person to know for sure. That is just something that intrigued me on Trend Mood's page recently. Next up is a product from a brand called She Glam. If you're on TikTok, you've definitely seen this brand before, or probably. Their liquid blushes and contours are super popular right now. I've definitely been intrigued, I will say, but this is like Shein's makeup brand. Shein. Not sure if anyone actually knows how to say the brand. So I did some research, and this brand is actually cruelty free and Leaping Bunny certified. It's just one of those brands that you're like really unsure if they're actually cruelty free, but I believe they are. But since they are a part of that clothing brand, I'm kind of hesitant to purchase from them because Shein has been, you know, known for not using the best quality ingredients and dyes and stuff in their clothing. So what would make their makeup any different? You know, on their website, they're like really good ingredients, like totally safe to use, and I'm like, if you have to advertise that, that's not usually a good sign. Not only that, but the clothing company anyways does have some kind of ethical malpractices, such as not paying workers appropriately, not treating workers fairly, stealing from small designers, like stealing ideas and concepts and designs and whatnot. So I'm hesitant. I'm kind of on the fence because on one hand, TikTok is really selling this brand to me, and these Dynamite Boom long-lasting matte lipsticks do kind of look nice, I will say. They look interesting, and I am interested in trying the brand as a whole, but I don't know. Like the ethical part is just kind of like, that's what's stopping me from trying the brand. If you have anything from She Glam, let me know. I'd be interested to know. I do like a good matte lipstick though, so I'm kind of like, these look nice. They do, I can't lie. So I'm kind of on the fence about that. I would really be interested to know your thoughts on SheGlam, so please leave it in the comments down below, kind of your stance on the brand. Have you tried anything from them? Will you try anything from them? Why or why not? You know, let me know. Next up, this one is so boring to me, but I want to talk about it anyways. It's called No Beauty and it's by Vanessa Hudgens. When I saw this, I just gave the biggest eye roll. I don't care. I don't care about celebrity skincare lines. Skin by Kim, Rhode Beauty, Kylie Skin, now No by Vanessa Hudgens. I don't know, I just don't care. I feel like a lot of celebrities are actually turning more to skincare than makeup brands. I think makeup is kind of taking a back seat to skincare and wellness right now. And it says here that their products target real skincare concerns with high efficacy, accessibly priced solutions that fit seamlessly into your beauty ritual. I hope I'm proved wrong, but honestly, all of these celebrity skincare brands are just very like surface level skincare products. Very rarely do they launch things like SPFs and retinols and all those kinds of things. I think because there is more of a strict regulation practice with those kinds of products as opposed to just launching like a hyaluronic acid serum. There's nothing about that that makes me want to buy something from a celebrity brand. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just over celebrity skincare brands. Celebrity makeup brands I was over for quite some time, but I feel like they have slowed down a lot, so that's kind of nice. I'm not a huge Vanessa Hudgens fan anyways. Like, I don't dislike her, but I'm just not a fan. She is beautiful though, and these campaign images are gorgeous. But yeah, definitely not a brand for me. I would be interested to hear your thoughts though. Next up, this is the Stray Birds collection from Shell Makeup? Shall we? Oh, like shall we? But like shall we? Is that what they're going for? I don't really know. This is an indie brand that I've never heard of before, but they have a Stray Birds eyeshadow collection and these look really beautiful. I really like indie eyeshadows. I really like Clionadh Cosmetics shadows, Shine by SD shadows, who are both Canadian, which is amazing. JD Glow is also another beautiful one, and I just think these eyeshadows look so gorgeous. I would really like to try them. That's pretty much it. I would have to do more research on the brand and look at like price point, where the brand's from, because that kind of, you know, will dictate like import fees and stuff. But overall, on Trend Mood's page, these really did catch my eye, which I feel like is hard to do. Many times I just like scroll past things on Trend Mood, especially from indie brands. Unless it's eyeshadows, I'm kind of like, meh, I'm not really interested. Will I actually purchase it? I'm unsure. Just off first impressions, they definitely caught my eye and they're gorgeous shadows. Next up from Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, did anyone else see that they're doing like a new Muse thing with Bella Hadid? I'm unsure if there's going to be like a collection associated with that, or if Bella is just like the new face of Charlotte Tilbury. But first of all, I very much enjoy Charlotte Tilbury. Like, I really like their products, especially for my kit. For personal use, I do like to kind of dabble in like different brands, but for kit use, Charlotte Tilbury is like just so good and so reliable. So I don't know if she's like the new face of it, but I also really love Bella Hadid. I know a couple people who have met her, and even one person who like works with her. I'm not trying to say that in like a, oh, I know people kind of way. Like, I'm totally flabbergasted that that is like my reality at all. I've heard on the internet that Bella is really kind, and I've also heard that same thing from people in my life. So I'm gonna go with she's a very kind person. And not only that, but she's absolutely beautiful. I could stare at that beautiful face all day. She is a Nepo model, but I feel like she's one of those people that have really worked to be where she is as well. You can't really help what you're born into, but you can work hard to achieve what you want to do. I've just always been a really big fan of her work, and I'm not even really one to, you know, really be in the modeling space, but I just really have an appreciation for her work for some reason. So I think that it's a really cool kind of match, because I really enjoy Bella and I really enjoy Charlotte. I don't know, I just kind of went off on a tangent, but this is the new Magic Body Cream by Charlotte Tilbury. I haven't tried the face cream, but I've heard amazing things. It is just so bloody expensive. Like, it's like $75 for a cream, and honestly, I used to be open to paying that, but I don't know, as I get older, I'm just like, Paula's choice. Her stuff is so reasonably priced and effective at the same time. I would be open to trying the Magic Cream more so for my kit as like a moisturizer slash primer, luxurious experience for like a bride on her wedding day, as opposed to something that I would use on myself every day. But nonetheless, I've heard incredible things about the Magic Cream. So the fact that they came out with a Magic Body Cream is, first of all, I think a very good marketing strategy, but also it's something that is intriguing to me. Depending on the price point, that's definitely one thing something, but it has caffeine, something uplift, I don't know how to pronounce that, shea butter, hyaluronic acid, supposed to lift, provide glowing radiance, super soft nourished skin, hydrating smoothing effect. I don't know, I kind of want all that for my body skin. That sounds great. And one thing I do really struggle with is body acne, and I think it's because I do have kind of more acne prone skin to fragrances and body products. I feel like body products are a little less non-comedogenic, I guess, and they're more prone to clogging pores. So I am hesitant to do body creams in general, things that just aren't like completely unscented, very like basic. I'd be interested to know if this has a fragrance to it. It's something I would be interested in. It just kind of depends on the price point. I feel like this is going to be an expensive product though. And if it's above a certain price point, like if it's above like $45, which based on the Magic face cream, it probably will be. But I feel like this is a product that I would be interested in trying in the future. It's not going to be one of those products that, you know, like is launched and you're like, oh, I need to get that now. And then you lose interest and it slowly fades away. I feel like this would be on my list for quite a while. So I definitely intend on trying it, just probably not soon, if that makes sense. Next up are new roll-on highlighters from Iconic London. This seems so stupid to me. This seems like something that would be launched in 2017 in the middle of the Instagram video thumbnail. Like I could totally see someone rolling it on their face and having like the product dripping down and they'd be like, you know, for like a thumbnail. I don't know. That's just how I see it. I feel like we've moved past that era, so I'm kind of confused as to why they would launch something like this. Not only does it seem like kind of not a great idea, I feel like a rollerball would be, first of all, really unhygienic if you think about it. Secondly, I could see it like removing foundation underneath as you roll it across your skin. So I don't know, it's not really for me by just looking at it. Iconic London does definitely have some very popular highlighting products. This one just seems like a bit of a stretch for me. It just seems very gimmicky and I am not interested. Like I could not be less interested in this. The only way I could really see myself using this product is if I rolled some on the back of my hand and then applied it with a brush or a sponge, and that just kind of defeats the purpose, you know what I mean? So yeah, this product is a definite no from me. Ooh, next up, this gets me really excited for spring and summer. This is from Supergoop and it is the Unseen Sunscreen Body SPF 40. I am looking forward to this because, as I previously mentioned, I do have some issues with body products frequently breaking me out, and I feel like this wouldn't. I don't know, maybe if it is the Unseen Sunscreen formula, because that one's kind of silicone-y, but I really do enjoy the Unseen sunscreen for the face, so I would definitely be open to trying it for the body even if it is a similar formula. I'd be interested to see if it breaks me out. I really just like Supergoop. I feel like they have sunscreen in every possible formula with different sun protecting ingredients, so if you're allergic to one thing, there's probably a formula within their range that you could use, and they have different SPF products for different people's needs. Like they have something that's glowier, something that's more of a thinner lotion, something that's more pore blurring like the Unseen sunscreen. They have powders. They just have so many SPF options, and it actually kind of makes SPF fun for me. I've currently been using the Supergoop Play sunscreen lotion and I've been loving it. I actually really look forward to putting it on my face every morning. So yeah, I would definitely be interested in trying this. I feel like I would look forward to putting on body sunscreen in the summer, and I'm so ready for summer, even though we just got like 1.5 feet of snow the other day. Next up, I want to talk about this briefly. This is the Shape Tape Sidekick. I guess this is a line of color correctors that are in the Shape Tape formula, or they're supposed to complement the Shape Tape concealer. Does anyone else feel like we're going back to color correctors? They were super big in 2016, 2017. Then after that, they kind of dropped off the face of the earth and all brands like discontinued their color correctors, and now they're back. I've seen quite a few launches for color correctors and I've seen quite a few people using them, like on TikTok mostly. I feel like these look fine, but I don't use color correctors very often. Definitely not on me, sometimes on clients, but not enough to justify like an expensive Shape Tape corrector. I just go with something super affordable because of how often I use it. I feel like this is like a good range of color correctors. They have a light peach, a medium peach, a deep kind of terracotta color, a green that isn't super green, which is nice. Like it's not like a lime green. It looks like a very neutral green, if that makes sense. Like it's not going to make your redness look green. It's just going to actually neutralize it. And then a yellow. So I feel like they're not doing like the whole like lavender for whatever. What did they use lavender for? I don't even know. For dullness? I don't know, something like that. This looks like a good solid range and it doesn't look gimmicky, if that makes sense. They look like they're not out of this world, but just something that is there to help you if you want to color correct, and the tones look really great. So while this product is probably not for me personally, like I wouldn't purchase it, I feel like it's a solid launch. I feel like they did a good job with it. Next up, we have these palettes by Urban Decay. These bother me. These are the Naked Mini palettes and they're smiley, naked smiley. What the hell does that mean? Okay, so apparently that's a brand. I've never heard of it. So it's Urban Decay and Smiley, and they do happy hues in a mini eyeshadow palette collection. Cute concept, but why do they have to put the naked on it? Like, why do you keep putting the naked brand on things if they're clearly not naked? This has a bright blue and a bright yellow in it. Like, why don't you just call them like mini smileys? Smiley palette. Smiley palette's so cute. Mini smiley. Smiley mini. I don't know. Something like that. But like, you didn't have to put naked in it. I feel like that's just, you know, they're just overusing the Naked brand, in my opinion. And I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, because I really think it's true. Like, there's purples in this palette and there's a blue and yellow in the other. Like, I don't understand. I like the color stories. I think they're cute. I just wish they weren't called Naked, because there's nothing naked about these. Next up, this is something I'm really not interested in. This is the Matte Obsession eyeshadow palettes from Huda Beauty. I'm just not a matte girl. I don't think I'll ever be a matte girl. I would never buy an all matte eyeshadow palette except for if it was for my kid. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that they're necessary and they're useful in creating like bases of looks. I'm not really one to do an all matte eye. I did for my wedding day because I just didn't want to regret having something super sparkly. Like, I wanted to keep it classic, if that makes sense. But when it comes to something that I'm going to purchase for my personal collection, I want a variety of finishes. I want mattes, I want satins, I want sparkles, I want iridescence, I want pretty things that I can dip my fingers into and swatch and play with. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for in an eyeshadow palette. And I can see why these would intrigue some people who just really want like basics. I'm just really into a little brown throughout the crease. Like, this would be perfect. But it's just not for me personally. I could see how these would be good for a makeup artist kit. All matte, so you have like your basic shades, but they're also mini and they're compact and they're small. I could see the value in that. I would definitely just have to check out the formula before I would add it to my kit. And I'm kind of after the Master Mattes by Mario as opposed to something like this, but I could definitely see the value in a launch like this. Next up, this palette is something that I'm not really into. These are by LYS Beauty. I'm usually super into LYS Beauty launches. This launch is a miss for me, especially this palette in particular. I just don't love the orange and the blue and the pinky purple together. I don't know what it is. I think it also might be the triangle pans. I'm very much a square circle pan girl. Anything else just kind of makes my brain feel weird. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But regardless, I don't love the color story. It's only 6 shades for something with a little more variety, like 8 shades. So yeah, this is just a no from me, from LYS. I'm gonna pass on this one. One thing that I am interested in, but I'm not sure about because I feel like they just have super bright shades. These are the new blushes by Haus Labs. I am definitely interested in them, but Haus Labs is just so expensive. It's very pricey. I believe these are like between $40 and $50 for a blush, which is just insane to me. Not only that, but the colors of these are just so bold. I'm more interested in trying them for the formula. The closest color that would be something that I would normally go for would be Hibiscus Haze, but even still, it's a little deep for my skin tone, especially in the winter. I would prefer like a really like light, soft pink, or a really light soft peach would be really awesome. These are just super bright. So I am interested in trying the formula, but for colors that I'm not super into, they're just so dang expensive. So I don't know if I'll try them just yet. Maybe I'll wait to see if they expand the range. But for now, it's kind of a no for me. And that is it for this video. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are on all of these launches. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. Please don't forget to subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. I just really appreciate you being here. It helps my channel out so very much by you watching, so thank you. Please leave any video requests you may have in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!